So if your pfSense device doesn't boot, and when you connect it to the terminal, I'm using a terminal program here, I select the prolific interface, and that's the baud rate, and all you get is it responds to you with the Marvel operating system prompt. Marvel apparently is the company that produces the Armada chips, the system on chip that powers these pfSense NetGate devices. So if you get this message, your machine is your box is toast, it's bricked, it doesn't work. So in short, and I'm going to show you at the end of this video how you create the USB that I'm going to use for restoring this. But basically, once you have the USB created, you insert it into the USB 2, the one that has the white entry, the one that doesn't read SS, which is USB version 2. You insert it into it, and then you issue the command run USB recovery. And when you do that, it's going to look for it. I'm going to be pausing the video until some action actually happens, but these are pretty quick stuff. So the system begins to do its things, and notice that it discovered my SanDisk USB key, and it's going to boot from it. And then I hit here enter. Yes, I'm sure I want to continue. And while it's doing this, is that how did I get into this? Once I was updating my pfSense router from the GUI, the machine got bricked. I contacted pfSense. I went to their website and opened a ticket, and they were very responsive, I must say. Within maybe 20 minutes or so, they responded back, and there were a lot of back and forth. So this video is all about saving you all that back and forth and going to what worked for me. So let me pause the video one more until this finishes. And before I forget, notice that this is the version that I created the boot image in the USB. And while this runs, actually, let me tell you, I contacted them and asked them to send me the file that contains the image for the model of my machine. My case was the SG1100, as I said before. So they send me that file, and they also send me the SHA-256 to make sure that the transmission went okay. I validated it, and it went fine. The next thing that I had to do to get this USB recovery, which I actually am attaching to my pfSense from now on, is actually I installed the Balena Etcher software. And as you see, the process finished. I'm going to power off. I'm going to remove the adapter or click the reset button, but I'm going to just remove the power, and I'm going to insert it again, and then it's going to reboot normally. So that Balena Etcher program, the one that is actually here, is the one that allowed me to easily create that USB boot. There are all sort of different mechanisms that we tried before, but this one worked very nicely, and I'm going to show you next what I did. So as you see, the device is booting up, and this is what you want to see. The machine rebooted without a problem. You'll see the menu that allows you to reset the password. And at this point, you have recovered the machine, but it comes as it's come from the factory, so to speak. So you need to do all restore. Hopefully, you have created a backup, as I suggested in one of the videos, the backup of your configuration, so you can import the configuration and be up and running quickly. Let's actually go into what they sent me. So they sent me this particular file, right? So I installed the Balena Etcher and actually started up. And this software is as simple as you click here, select image, and point to that file that I just showed you. you next click on the USB that is going to be completely flash. So obviously, it's something that you don't need. And then you click flash, and this beautiful software creates that USB ready for you to recover from any catastrophic failure from your pfSense. And here's the menu. For example, if you want to restart so this is the one that I mentioned in the previous video, that if you forget your password, you can connect seriously and actually reset the password, reset to factory defaults, and you're done. Basically, you go to any browser and go to 192.168.1.1. I believe that's the default, and log in with the default password, which is admin pfSense, and then restore your backup, and you have a operational box. I must say that I was impressed with the support that these guys provided me. They were actually quickly to respond, and I hope that you don't have to go through this, but if you do, this video should make it less painful.